Hey, greetings, YouTube. As usual, I don't have anything planned. I just gonna see what comes out of my mouth, man. And just a heads up, man. I've been feeling really sick all day. Just feel weak. I don't know what's going on. That's why I look like shit more than usual. But I did catch, as you saw, some of my posts on various social medias, TikTok, X. I think I did a couple here on YouTube. I was watching some of the House hearings with what's her name, Cheadle, the Secret Service director. And all I want to say, we could talk about this for hours, but I'm sure more advanced YouTube channels are going to cover the hell out of this. But I got to get it out of my system. There was a point in the questioning where two things that really struck me was, number one, the fact that the Secret Service had the shooter in their sights and were aware of him for almost an hour is just mind-boggling. And when when Cheetah was questioned about, the fact that the guy had a backpack and a rangefinder and a ladder, that this was not a concern. The question was like, was this a concern? Her response is so mind-boggling. Whether you're a gun person or not, her response was, and I'm paraphrasing, but she said very close to something along the lines of, somebody with a backpack, that is not considered a threat. All right, I'll go ahead and concede to that if that's that's not how I look at it as a security guy, security minded. Where the fuck's my phone? I have no idea where my phone is, and what are the odds? Can I pause this? Where the fuck is my phone at? Oh, it's behind here. Sorry. My son calling. I'll call him right back. Sorry, Noah. But where was that? Yeah. So not only is that a crazy answer to me because I'm security conscious, but the mind blow was when asked about the rangefinder. She literally said that somebody in possession of a rangefinder is not considered a security threat. For the one or two people out there that don't know what a rangefinder is, and I'm not making fun of you because some people have no need to know and they're not interested in it, but a rangefinder is a device that you hold it in your hand, and it shoots a laser. I'm not an expert on the technology, but it basically shoots a laser out to a target, and it gives you the range of the target so that you can adjust your scope accordingly. That's what it's for. It's for hunting, target shooting, and assassinating people. That's what a rangefinder is for. Now, I'm sure that there's surveyors that use it for other things too, but I'm talking about a tactical rangefinder. But if a rangefinder, a device that's designed for accurate shooting, if that is not a threat to the Secret Service, that came out of the mouth from the Secret Service director, that's not a security threat. Watching this dude walk around with a backpack and a rangefinder that they identified as a rangefinder for almost an hour is not a threat. I mean, it's almost, I feel stupid even discussing this because, like, is there really a question that they let this fucking dude do what he did? Is it plausible that it was just an oversight? She was asked about the water tower, and whoever was asking her didn't follow up on it. I wish she would have drilled into it, because she said, "Did you have a Secret Service agent on the water tower?" No. Why didn't you? Wasn't part of the plan. Why would the highest point with the best visibility of a venue, why would that not be position one for your counter snipers or observers? There are mistakes and there are crimes. These aren't mistakes. These are not mistakes. And before I sign off on this short little video, every Democrat that spoke, and pretty much it was bipartisan in terms of everybody thinks she's an idiot, but they very typically used most of their time to rant on about gun control and gun violence. And one of these guys, I can't quite remember his name, but and the reason I'm telling you this is because this is how the left thinks, man. There's something wrong with these fucking people, like literally wrong with these people and people that hear that and support it. His go-to thing, first he says, we have here's what he said. He said, just the other day there was a mass shooting in a bar in whatever state. And he said, but we're not having a hearing on that. It's only when a president gets shot that now we're having a hearing. Like, you can't differentiate between crimes on the streets of America and trying to take out somebody that was and is on the list to be the leader of the strongest nation on earth. You don't see a difference there. So we're supposed to have a hearing every time somebody gets shot? A congressional hearing? I mean, how do they fucking come up with this shit? Stop it, Maddie. She's eating a Frisbee. That's yucky. How do they come up with this thought I don't know, man. And then he says, he goes, they don't have this problem in all of Europe. The European countries don't have mass shootings every day. The European countries don't have the freedoms that we are guaranteed by the people that put our country together, that you guys shit on continuously. And you're trying to raise these young people and poison the minds of these college people into thinking that, the Second Amendment is just a fucking thing from the past. It's not important. And these crazy MAGA people think that they should be able to have F-16s in their driveway and tanks and blah, blah, blah. The Second Amendment, I'm not going to talk about it. It's an insult to my audience to even go into what the Second Amendment is. But for that one person that was drunk and stumbled onto this channel accidentally, man, you need to do some real reading in history and understand why that is one of the shortest amendments. I mean, it just shall not be infringed. There's reasons for that. And it's not about specifically overthrowing anybody. It's about people that are armed are a lot harder to subjugate. Oh, what are you going to do? Take on the whole U.S. military? That's what liberals say. You know what? In Afghanistan, a bunch of people, and I've said this before, a bunch of people in pajamas with AK-47s and flip-flops put up a pretty good fight. In Vietnam, a bunch of people in black pajamas and flip-flops with AK-47s put up a good fight. I guess the strongest military in the world. So, yeah, it is a fucking problem for a nation that wants to subjugate its people and do illegal shit. The first thing you got to do is you got to disarm those people. Just go, am I even allowed to say the guy whose name starts with an H? Go, look, man, the history is rampant with countries that were armed and disarmed, and now they're fucking slaves, man. Just like we are right now. We're armed slaves right now. But we're slaves because you got these ass clowns that are running the government who put fucking brain dead people in positions of power, and then they pull the strings. I mean, look, do you guys realize that as I'm making this video at this very moment, technically Biden is in charge of the fucking entire military? He's in charge. I mean, the world has never been closer to potential nuclear war. And Biden is literally the dude. Now, you and I both know that Biden doesn't make any decisions. I'm sure the fucking football is probably handcuffed to fucking, Michael Obama. He's probably got the codes. Who knows? But it's not Biden. But technically, if we want to pretend like this fucking clown show is real, we got a guy who called Zelensky President Putin. We got a guy who referred to Harris as my Vice President Trump. We got that dude at the helm right now. And psychopathic leftist fucking Trump derangement syndrome fucking triple vaxxed, they're okay with this. As long as it's not the guy who grabbed the pussy. We can't have that. Fucking unbelievable.